Hi friends, how are you? I'm quite good. Today it's one of these days, those days that I got humbled by life, and it's very good because it makes me more aware, it makes me more happy, it makes me more. I feel that I'm more participate. I'm more participating in this world. I feel more conscious about this world, a little bit more. Why that? Because today, I did a show, and basically I spoke with people, and I saw other people, of my age. So I spoke with people not of my age, they were like older. A bird. What the Si è fatto male, eh? Si è rotto l'ala. He broke his. He broke his. Nothing. He was a bird that broke his. Broke his fly. And his arm basically, and he has just. Oh. Fucking amazed me, I never saw a bird like that. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he fall down and he broke, he fall down and he hit a tree, I don't know, but he was in pain. So I helped him, and now I feel great. Now I feel like a good person. No, it's a good thing, helping the people, and then be and then be how can you say, and then be and then that the people are thankful to you, and then obviously they pay you. That is the important thing. That has to be one of the best feelings that human can endeavor, with power, with strength, with pure strength, the strength when you feel strong, when, like for example, when you go in exam or when you go in a sport competition and you know that you are the best, that you know that you did the maximum, and that you are very strong, and you train more than other people. That is a very great feeling. But that very great feeling and that results of winning a competition or passing an exam, it's behind that there is a lot of fucking days in pain, in struggle, let's say like this, in silence, and yes, in adversity. So why I got humbled by life today? Because I talk with people, as I said, I talk with people. I talked with two French people. They were like almost 17 years old, but they were very lucid, because nowadays it's not really common to see old people like very lucid in the brain, because their lifestyle just bring us crazy. So they were very good French people. They even went on vacation on Italy for 2 years, and it amazed me like why that they were speaking Italian so fucking good. Cioè, I didn't even tell, if you are Italian, it was difficult to tell that they were French, because they were speaking Italian with a very good accent. That very amazed me. And I also spoke a little bit with their daughter that was born here, but she learned Italian in school, and she was speaking it very good. So that connection with people really made me feel good. Then I was walking, and it's a thing that I love to do, and I always think like it's incredible how many things brings you just walking in a new town, because you discover places and also you know where you are. For example, now I don't have mobile Wi-Fi, but no problem, because I know how I can return to the home, to the place where now I'm sleeping and eating. Basically, yes, that's sleeping and eating and studying too. Because I remember the street, because I the other days that I made these videos, I was walking like this, so I remember the streets, even if I don't have the GPS, and even if I don't, if obviously I don't live here. So this is very good, So walking, and see new things. Very hungry dog. Very hungry dog. But even very scary dog. He or she is very scary. When a dog barks a lot, how here, how in Italian or in Spain says, it's not very dangerous. When one barks and talks a lot, it's not very dangerous. And I can agree with that, I agree with that. In most cases, one that talks too much is not very capable of doing much. Besides Conor McGregor, that was a guy that talked a lot, but he smashes all our faces. And see, we are in the same place of yesterday. We are in the same places, and now, as you can see, I'm more relaxed doing this. I don't feel anxious. This is because I talk with people, and I feel more aware in the mind, So that's a very good feeling. And even today, look at what a beautiful French girl I just saw. I hope that one day I'm gonna be able to talk with her, and buy her a good fucking croissant and a baguette and nothing, and go to the Tour Eiffel. that would be good. And nothing, guys. Now I'm walking exactly the same street I did yesterday for coming back home. But today I discovered a new place, a very good place, sport place. It was a place where they did judo, where they did jiu-jitsu, they did rugby. Here, rugby. One of my Italian friend that played rugby told me that here in France rugby is very big. And I saw the training in rugby, and I made videos, and they were like guys of 16 years old, and I just was like fucking envious in a good way, obviously, of them. They were like 16, and they honestly looked more older, more men than me. They were like big dudes. No, I'm big, but they were big, doing something in squad, in team, doing something in the real world, That was really good, and I think, I presume that they were only 16 years old, and they were like shouting, wow, wow, like the rugby does, like the rugby players does. They were training. There were a lot of muscular big guys, very extroverts. I really like that. Very leader, really masculine. I felt the testosterone, and that have influenced me in a very good way. Now, as you can see, I'm in the streets now, but there is a lot of nature. Then there is this. Let's see what is this. This is something like Giardino, Giardino, very good. But as I was saying, so they inspired me a lot. Even that, I saw a boxing gym near them, and I told myself, Vini, I want to go there and training. In French, I want to go there, do boxing, stay with other people, with other French guys, maybe do a little bit of sparring, or maybe just do training, boxing training, body weight training, with heavy bags. At the end of the day, I didn't do it because it was closed. Today I just saw the guy, the trainer, and I spoke with him. You have to know a very important thing. If you come to France here, nobody speaks English. Nobody speaks English, even one person. My English is quite bad, but I can speak English, and you can understand a lot of things I say. Here, they don't fucking understand and speak English. With all the people I spoke, I think that like 20 people, only one told me that she can quiet speak English, and it was like mine, no, even worse than mine. So you can imagine. I don't know why they are very like patriotic thing. I told that in another video. But I don't know. Another really blonde French girls. I think French. I don't know. They were blonde, but they were really good, really beautiful. Nothing. Look at this. Look at this, Vini. I'm now in France. France. Good. That's life. That's how I wanna live, Vini. Now there are all the students, all the people at Cagliari, where I live. I'm gonna come back this Monday, so into 2 days. And they are there studying in their home, and I feel that, I even do this, obviously, but when I do this, I feel like that I'm losing all of this. That is not a lot, because but now in France, and I feel good, I feel free, As I said in the last video, I'm not paying me, my mom is paying me, my mom is paying. So I'm not free because I don't have money, but I can feel the taste, of having money, because I eat what I want, I sleep, I have a roof, I have wares, and I have time. It's almost like a rich man. The only difference that a rich man has a Lamborghini, I don't fucking know, a good mansion, Me, no. Look, Mercedes. Only that is the difference. But it's okay. So, you are gonna say but that it's obvious, but I would really like to live like that. Just like that. Having a lot of free time, eating what I want, living where I want, saying what I want, speaking with the people I want, doing sports, bettering my physique, and just go to the world and do not work. It's not about not working, it's about do not do the same thing, same bed, same house, same people, same routine, same fucking routine, same place. Bro, I don't wanna live like that. 100%, I don't want to live like that, because I know that in the world there is a lot of more. Look at this. Now, if I wouldn't have the luck to come here in France and do these shows, now I will be at home, alone, doing what? I don't know, studying, watching videos, training. It's good, but look all this, it's not a lot, but I need very little for now to stay happy, having time and go, and that my day is always is different, it's always different. I thought that this was a bad thing, that the day that I wanted, that the day was were always different, but there is nothing bad, you know. Why one have to live always in the same way, in the same house, with the same car, with the same girl, even with the same girl, even with the same women? Oh my god, I just think that we human are are meant to live like that, you know. It's a society thing, and I don't want to live like that. And you know what I need to not live like that? Money, fucking money, only that. If I have money, I can travel, I can sleep where I want, in a hotel, in a house that I rent. I can, you know, my life is like this. You know, it's changing. You know, I can change car, I can drive different cars. You know, I don't need to stay only with one woman because I have money. You know, I can stay with, you know, with different women because that's the thing. If you have money, you can do a lot of kids, you know, and you can sustain a lot of a lot a lot of a lot of women. You know, tell a man, you know, if you tell a man, hey man, would you like to have a lot of baby mamas, llamámoslas así, you know, and a lot of kids, and you just, you know, travel, work, and give them money, you know, give them money obviously to live at her kids and her, and you travel the world, and when you can and when you want, you see the kids and your fiance. Man, I think that the majority of people, the majority of men are gonna say yes. I will say yes, you know. Maybe it's only in my head, but you know, when I see all these couples that always live the same, it really don't attract me a lot. So I would like that. I just need money. I don't know how to make money. Now I'm doing, you know, now I'm doing. Look at this, beautiful. Now I'm studying, and I have the plan. I'm gonna go to Romania, and you know, I'm gonna go to Romania and study medicine. So I'm gonna become a fucking good doctor, a very beautiful doctor with a heart, you know, an example of physique, of health, and I'm gonna change a lot of lives. You know, I'm sure about that. I'm sure about that. So now I arrived in Antom. This is the place where now I am in France. I am out in France. Very good, very big. It's from the circus family that are hosting us, me, my mom, and my sister. So nothing, guys. It's all about that. Today it's a good day, very good day. I'm really happy, and nothing. It's I feel good. Honestly, feel good. So the moral of this video is that talk with people, you know, have good energy, not in a stupid way. No, you're having good energy, talk with people, and you know, compete, you know, doing sports with other men, with other masculine men. It's very good, and that's what I miss because you know, I go to the gym, I run, but all these things I did alone, and I did it alone. I played football for 10 years. Then I broke my knee, and then I started to go to the gym and training alone, running all alone because I wanted to develop that inner part, that dialogue with me. That now I have it, and I'm always improving it, and I want always to improve in it. But you know, now it's like that scares me to go and talk with people, to go and facing the reality, facing other people. So I think that a sport, you know, a good sport, thing, a good team sport, it's what I fucking need. It's not what I fucking need. It's what I fucking want. So in Romania, I would like to go there studying, you know, in university, talking with other people, with other medical students, and then go to the go to the gym, go to a boxing gym, no boxing, go to a martial arts gym with other guys, with other masculine guys, make good friends, make good connections, and develop that external part, because that is how I want to live. Because at the end of the day, people, at the end of the day, the world and the money is made by people. Hi guys, thank you. Mhm. Let's go. Yes.